Shalom, shalom. Um, Welcome back, everybody. Back to Africa Logistical Agency. My name is Mike. I will be your host this Friday. I did not hear the countdown. That's the reason why I was kind of caught off guard. Hold on, just for a hot second. Let me mute something real quick. There we go. I hope you all, especially the brothers and sisters in Florida, hope you all are safe and secure. And praying for your brothers and for the other brothers and sisters. Pray for our brothers and sisters in Atlanta, as well as in up and down that coast uh, from this hurricane. And I was talking to Brother Karras because he lives in that area. Him and our brother Red. Sister Shar is over there in the Atlanta area. And what they was telling me was that it started off as at least with Brother Karras, it started off as a level 1, but it quickly became a level 4 hurricane. I tell you, that's something that I think we all want to keep in mind when the Most High said He's going to judge this nation. Now, things start off small, and people, when they figure that, it's a level 1, level 1, they not scary. I can stay in my house. And that's how some people reason. They reason that way. When man tell them that, hey, it's the system shows that it's weak. It's a level 1. And what do we do? I ain't gonna say we. What do some people do? Complacency sits right in so quick. You would think it was rigor mortis. It comes in quick because they have a lot of faith in their satellite systems, man's technology. That's where they place their faith at. But we, on the other hand, no, we have to move. We have to move on a different beat altogether. Period. We just can't take a lot of stuff that man says as is concrete. Because the history of man is built upon lies. So the person can tell you one truth and then tell you 10 lies at the same time. So that's when you have to push yourself into prayer, and then you ask the Most High, which way should I go? And you move forward. But trusting in man, that can be a dangerous track. That can be a very dangerous track to be up on because of the lies, the deceit that they have that they have practiced. That's what they have done. And along with all of this other stuff that's going on, they said that Putin gave a speech at the UN, and it was one of fire and fury. What? These things are supposed to happen. We base everything on the scriptures. We know who's going to lose badly and who will somewhat come off on top. This is what's going on. And we're like the people sitting back watching the TV as if they are entertaining us. Because if you go into the scriptures, and for the brothers and sisters that do study scriptures, you will have to ask yourself, what part of this that they do not understand? There is a book that speak about their actions and the footsteps that they are going to make. They're going to walk down that path because it has already been determined what they're going to do. We know these things. This is the way the world is going. Today is Friday. I'm telling you. No, it would not shock me that something blows over later today. You have all of these so-called major companies. The board has been wiped out. Come on now. As if they left the company or the people working for the company, or you all just come in to work as usual and things of that nature. As if, I ain't gonna say as if, it's like that. They have some type of information that they're not sharing with the rest of the world. Companies just don't, their board of directors just don't get up and leave. Something spooked them. Now, mind you now, brothers and sisters, I'm not trying to scare nobody out there. I'm not. But I am going to put you on alert. I hope that I put you on alert. It's like you're out there to fend for yourself. And for them to say earlier part of this year, that was it this year or last year, Project 2025, that stuff is looking like more of a reality than anything. Is this or the event that is coming is what they want to prove to the world? We can get 2025 accomplished. We can get so many people off the planet Earth. We can delete some people off this earth. My thing is this: if you deem it so necessary to delete someone because you feel that this planet is overpopulated, it's simple. You be the first to go. Show me that you are man enough or woman enough to uphold your line of thought when it comes to too many people on this planet Earth. Be the first to go. See how many raise their hands. See how many people will raise their hands, saying, "I will be the first to go to show show that I am ready to do this." Yeah, they're not that one, but there are those people that will put it upon you, and for them, not necessarily to ask you, but to force you. This is me. Making meat, that's a problem. Call yourselves cloning fruits and vegetables, that's a secondary problem. Everything that they think about is about controlling and destruction of a people. That's it. They want the Most High's position so bad. Who told the people you need meat? Who told the people you need food to eat? This is what the Most High made these things for the human family. But you got a man who wants his position. You have fleshly men thinking, "Oh, we need to get rid of him. We need to get rid of him." We have the playbook of all of his creation. We're able to take a blood of anything and clone it. We can make life. This is a sad predicament that they put themselves in. What? Do you really truly think the Most High gonna leave you living when you coming up against him? Everything on this planet revolves or involve him. Life is in the breath of the Most High. Did the scriptures not say that he breathed the breath of life into Adam, and Adam became a living soul? They haven't crossed that path yet, but they feel because they get a seed or some blood, they can clone anything. They think that they are just like the Most High. And did not the Most High say he would not share his glory or his worship with anyone? These people in wicked spirits are bogarting, or at least attempting to bogart the Most High out of position. They didn't sit up here and took on and thinking they're taking their political stance to the heavens. But the scripture clearly states that Hashatan is gearing these people up for a war against the Almighty. They literally believe they can reach out and touch the Most High. That's some serious witchcraft of the mind. But this is where we are at. We literally are standing in the midst of all of this unnecessary nonsense that they're trying to put out. Well, let me take that lie back. Not trying, that they're throwing out there. They literally are putting it out there. Earlier, no, this was last year. You had all the processing centers and things of that nature, all of a sudden just catching fire. But this stuff is not by accident. It's not by accident. When I say this is what man has put in place or attempting to put in place, this is absolutely ridiculous on so many levels. This is what they want. They love the little temporary excitement that they have wonderfully enjoyed for a few thousand years, being on top, colonizing, going in and getting rid of different people, taking and stealing land. And this is how this is your history of your kind. That's the history. That's ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. Oh yes, they evade they evade responsibility. They do not see themselves part of any judgment. That's how they had to draw us into the churches. It was a necessity that they draw us in and give some black brother and sister some type of religious title. Those to mingle us in so they can change our line of thinking. But they very well knew that it was only going to work for so long. They knew this. They know the scriptures. If you want to talk about reading about your destruction. That's the whole purpose of them taking out the apocryphers. They read about their destruction. They had to get the apocryphers out because the apocryphers was telling us who they were. They did not want us to know who they are. This is what they did and is still doing. But they've been dumbed down very badly. But they still speaking with a great deal of arrogance at the same time. How can you be dumbed down and still maintain your arrogance? That's about next to impossible. But they make it look spectacular. They have individuals, like I spoke about this hurricane that hit Florida. It started off as a level 1, but being complacent and trusting the wrong thing can mean your life. Because when that 1 went up to 4, excuse me, can you imagine the individual that's sitting there? Wait a minute, they said there was supposed to be a 1. I lived through, I dealt with 1s before, but this is like a 4. Water's inside my house. Then that's when fear kicks in. That's when that fear factor comes to life. That's when it comes in. Now, the difference between what has happened in Florida and what happened in Louisiana at Katrina, 2 different worlds. That was I'm gonna go call it a breakage in the barge. Go call it that way. And that water came in on our brothers and sisters and took a lot of our brothers and sisters' lives. And for all of you brothers who know about that, who've seen that, if you don't know anything about Katrina, go online. It's still out there. It's still the videos are out there. And trust and believe, you're not going to see. You're going to see the damage and all that stuff of Katrina. And you're going to see a lot of our brothers and sisters that was floating around in the water, unalive. They showed that. They showed it. I can almost guarantee you this. They're not going to show that. If that happened, ain't no if. It happened in Florida. But they ain't going to show you. You're not going to see those people floating around in the water. Nope. You're not going to see that. No. But let that be our people. They would have it out there as if they made a movie about it. And if you think that situation with our brothers and sisters of Katrina was a joke, you better go ahead and talk to Brother Jacob. Tell you, they'll let you know how serious it was. They was in the midst of it. But they're not going to show the aftermath. They're going to show you the rain, the water, and all that, the flooding and things of that. People caught inside their houses, getting swept away. Nope. That's not going to happen for them. They're not going to let that be seen to the so-called American people. That's just too tragic. And I'm, my thing is, Katrina was tragic. It was tragic. But yet and still, they showed our brothers and sisters all swolled up on top of roofs, asking for help, floating around in water, unalive. This is what they showed our people as. Ooh. Yeah. daughter of Zion. Yeah. Oh yeah, and that's the thing I remember about that too, sis. It was a brother, you know, you know, you know, he was swollen up. He was swollen up mm, and floating around. That right there within itself, I know for a fact the people responsible. I mean, this nation must be judged. It has to be judged. And we're not talking about uh let's just say hypothetically speaking, we'll say we'll leave slavery alone. We won't even count slavery. You got so much other stuff after slavery that that they're right in line for judgment. Let's just stay with Katrina. That within itself opened up a book of judgment. That within itself. The political scene on how they treated the so-called African American. That within itself brings on judgment. We are living in a judge. What's the word can I say for this place? It's just a judge, a dusty judgment of this land. It's already dust, and they don't even realize it yet. It's sad, and it's something to ponder over. It is something to ponder over. I tell you, I say this, and I know you, and it may be getting on some of your brothers and sisters' nerves, but keep your head on the swivel. Pay attention to your surroundings. Always ask the Most High for discernment. That discernment, you'll see things, you'll understand things before you even take that first step. And hold on just for a moment. Give me like 20 seconds. Hold on just for a moment. And so we we get that's one thing we must do on a daily basis. Let's don't get complacent. Those days of being complacent, uh, um, it can turn out dangerous for us. You know, and all right, and how we need to be on guard of being complacent. That complacency, we can have you around here looking like an idiot. That's what complacency can do for you. And I'm telling you, this is not the time for none of us. to dibble or dabble with that. And you brothers, trust and believe, there are brothers and sisters out there that has money. Do not let that money make a fool of you. Use your spiritual sense, not your fleshly. The fleshly, all it would do for you is dig you a 6 foot grave. That's all it would do. We need to we need to be on guard against complacency. Those days of the American dream or white picket fence, um, big family and things of that nature. In this country, or in the U.S., those days are gone. They're gone. And there was not meant for us from the word go. We've seen brothers and sisters living in the suburbs with their families and stuff, but yet it's still. The Klan made it their business to get into those neighborhoods. Go back a few years. See what they've done to our people. All of that is called retribution. But they're going to court. I mean, not court, church. Oh, we're all the same. We're all God's children. And a lot of us, we believe that too. We believe it. But on one hand, they would call you brother. On the other one, they'll call you a niggerish nigger. That's what they would call you. So let us not get it twisted. When the Most High said, I will cause enmity between your seed and her seed, which is his seed. I don't care what church you step into. You still going to have that hatred. It may be brushed under the rug, but when that hatred come out, that whole lump of dirt coming out too. It's coming out with it. Let's not fool ourselves, brothers and sisters. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say we should maintain hate. No. He said there's going to be enmity between the two. Because they're going to do something that's going to upset us. And they have done it. They have done it. Hold on, man, Sister Marilyn. Did you see the video about young black boys who had them work hard on? No, where was this at, sis? No, I didn't see that now. When you say carved now, when you say carved, you're not talking about no marker, are you? Or are you talking about with a knife? I did not see that. But you know what? I'm glad you brought that up. Even if it is, out the way what you said it is, they're going to put it out there. They're going to put that out there. They are looking for us to act out. That's what they want. They lust for this fight. You go on these channels, you see these kids out there picking on other kids. I want you to fight me. I want you to fight me. They're the biggest kids that you can ever see. They want to fight. They pushing you into a fight. That's all they are attempting to do, is push you into a fight. That's it. Oh, let me see. A box cutter. Let me tell you something. Now, I'm going to tell you this, Sister Marilyn. Now, I have noticed, though, I haven't read that one, but I have read of other instances, and they even made a movie about one where he was like the only black guy, but all his friends was white, and they went out to the woods and all that. Uh-uh. And that happened to a sister in real life. That happened to a sister in real life. See, now they can laugh in your face when there's a lot of seeing eyes. They'll be your best friend. Pay for your food, but you do not know what's lurking inside their heads. That's the thing. You do not know what is lurking inside their heads. But you do know that the Most High said there's going to be some type of conflict with someone who is not like you. That's the first warning that you should always maintain. You tread lightly. You be shrewd. And the thing about it is, you do have some of our people, and I attribute it to what they have seen and how they grew up. I mean, you got some brothers and sisters that was all they ever knew was they lived in a white neighborhood. And for some reason, they made it through. And so, yes, their friends, they're going to be this here, going to be that there. All right, no problem. But trust and believe. If they are of Israel, they go catch those judgments. They go catch those curses. Period. And I don't care how much you try to hide your child from it, hang it up. They're going to get it. And we need to start to realize that. I seen some black fathers with their daughters, and they were like, don't go out there and marry no black man. You find you a good white man. I heard them say it. But this is these are the things that we have to contend with. This is part of that trampling on. We got to be trampled. The scripture says it. Truthfully, I think this is just me from the things I've known, the things I've seen, witnessed, and know of. Truthfully, I'm just trying to determine, can we go any lower? Can we? That is outside of death. Because the more we get trampled upon, the more this world gets judged. The more this world gets judged. And it's it demands our thoughts on this. There's time we have to sit back and you just got to think about some things and look about things. And don't get me wrong now, brothers and sisters. I'm not sitting up here saying that all Gentiles are just, no, I'm not. No, they're not. You had some Gentiles back during the slavery time, and they was totally against slavery. Sister, you want to hear that dream? I'll tell you. Let me finish that thought, Kathy, and I will tell you. But I mean, I'm still baffled by that. Me and Sister Shar, it baffles the both of us, as well as Brother Rick and Karis. You know, because I mean, Sister, but I'll tell you one thing. When I got up, I ain't go back to sleep. I did not go back. And I was like, no, 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 no. Had me on 10. Had me on 10. But I will discuss before, closing it, before the show is, before I close it out. But I tell you, brothers, sisters, what these people got going on, we may not know it. And truthfully, it may be to our benefit. But we do know that we serve one creator, one Elohim. And he shares his glory with no one. No one. We are in a good position, a very good position. Because the scripture says in Romans, Israel must be saved first, then the nations. That's what the scripture says. How can I help you when my brothers and sisters are still sick and ailing? I must heal my people first. Then me and my people, we can help you. That's the order of things. That's law. That's law. That's what we should be doing. And that's one of the reasons how we came up with QTUA Vocational Training Center. We must help our brothers and sisters first. While we helping them, they helping us. And that's how we looked at it. We knew we're going to help our brothers. Help our brothers and sisters here. And they go help us at the same time. Just today. Yesterday, I know I was trying to figure out, you all were saying weaving and all that. But what I was talking about is called textile. And it's still weaving, but it's the weaving of materials together. You have your own little pattern that you want to put on whatever design and thing, but they call it textile. And here they have the wooden machine that does that. Now on the industrial side, there's a big machine that does that. But you got to know how to run that machine in order to make sure. And then you got to make sure that the material is smooth. There's no knots in it. And then with some people that know how to cut that knot down, this very, very small scissors where the material can lay. You can run your hands on top of it. You don't feel no knot or nothing on it. There's a sister here. And so we're supposed to meet up with the sister and see does she want to be part of this vocational training. Because she already has some sisters there that she's training to do that. But we need to do things on a much larger and grander scale. But when we come in even though we're coming in on a small scale, but the fact they seeing we're doing some type of farming with fruits and vegetables, textiling, they seeing us coming through, and they seeing that there's a blend of our people. We speaking a different language, but we looking just alike. That's the beauty of it. That's one thing they will understand. When they trying to speak English, you trying to speak Swahili, all you do is just laugh at one another. That's it. I say something in Swahili, they just smile and laugh. And they try to do something in English, we always just end up laughing. But one day those laughs gonna stop because we're gonna start understanding one another we're gonna understand one another deeply. We will. This is starting with this vocational training center. It will succeed. Because the Most High, we base everything upon the Most High. He said these two sticks will come together. All you got to do is work within His will for Him to bless it. That's all you need to do is work within His will. But the more you try to work against it, you're not doing His will. And if you're not doing His will, it's going to be a hard pill to swallow when the Most High get finished with you. It's just that simple. It's going to be a very difficult pill to swallow. And the world is trying their best to put this 1-inch horse pill down their throat, because they refuse to abide by the Most High's rules and regulations. They hell bent on not showing any type of worship, respect to the Most High. And you say these are your people, just slap them in the face. These your people. I know you all remember the video of this little young girl on Facebook or whatever, and she went up there. They call themselves recording, and she knocked on the door, and this lady come to the door, old enough to be her mother, and she was like looking at the camera, slapping this woman in the face. You think you playing with me? Slapping this grown woman who's old enough to be her mother. See, that's what they're doing. And if anyone that know about that story with that little young sister, I knew when I seen that, because I'm telling you, in my spirit, I was like, oh no, no, because I ain't gonna lie to you, my thoughts was not pure. If somebody came up there and took my mother by her collar and slapping her in the face and recording it, the last time some kids did that, it was the Most High's prophet, and it was calling him names and all of that. Most High sent 40 she-bears out there and killed all those kids. He don't play with that. And if you all know anything about this, that scripture I was talking about, not the scripture, the young lady, you all know what happened to her. Yeah, she was deleted. Somebody came after her and made sure the privilege of breathing was no longer her privilege. That's you. But truthfully, I knew something like that was going to happen. I was like, no, this poor child just don't know. She don't understand what she have done. And even though she was ignorant in her ways, the Most High said, my people are destroyed due to a lack of knowledge. That lack of knowledge cost her dearly. Yes, it did. And I'm quite sure she knew that what she was doing was wrong, because all you got to do is think about your own mother and father. You would not appreciate someone coming grabbing on your mother and father, because you will handle that situation if you was witnessing somebody manhandling your mother or your father. And you may not be a person of violence, but I tell you, all types of hulks, unexplained strength will come out of you. Yes, it will. Because you know for a fact, not only that's your mother and father, the thing that's first and foremost is the respect that you do not have. That right there is the one. That's the one. And you would try your best to lay hands on them. This is not the time, brothers. And especially when it comes to these young kids. A lot of stuff that they're doing, unfortunately, it would appear that a lot of our young kids are walking themselves into a very bad situation. Although they can be done as two rocks when it comes to the Most High. If you don't know, you still gonna get dealt with. They need to be listening to all of you brothers, all of you sisters out there that's talking to them. But the world got them so wrapped up in their own lives and things of that nature. It is unbelievable. Unbelievable. And it ain't just young kids either now. You got some grown people out there doing the same. Oh, they thinking, I mean, they want to make sure that they take a picture of them every single day. They gotta let the world, this how good I look. And when you listen to them, you flipping through it, and they have some music behind it. The majority of their videos, when it comes to the music, start off with the female dog word. And they think that stuff is sexy. I don't think they understand the gist of a female dog. The scripture clearly states, do not give what is holy to dogs. Do not give what is holy to dogs. If they understood that, ain't no way you'll be calling yourself any type of bees, period. But we did. Oh, especially during the 90s. You had brothers out there naming themselves, had dog behind their name. Listen to what I'm saying to you, brothers and sisters. When I say the Most High said in the scriptures, do not give what is holy to dogs. It was all Hebrews in the rap game back in those days. You give yourself a name of a unclean animal that the Most High said you should not do. That's what they did. I mean, when people back in the days, hey, what's up, dog? I hated it with a passion. Although I did not understand the full understanding of it, I just didn't. I'm not no dog. But they had it so much. All it takes is somebody to come up with a slang, and we go with it. We go with it. Yo, dog, what's up? I was like, nah, man. And my friends, they knew not to come to me talking about no dog. The only one that would come and say, dog, we're about to get into a fight. That's the only way they would use dog. That was it. Outside of that, no, they called me by my name. And I never called a woman a B or H. Never did. But these are the things I would say that during this time of the end, these are the things that we need to be really put up on point on. Because this stuff is going to determine whether you're going to continue to enjoy breathing or not. That's what it's going to it's going to consist of that, period, off the top. It's going to. It's mind-boggling. But more importantly, like I was saying, brothers and sisters, let's fight to stay away from being complacent. It's not going to turn out well. And look at the world. The world is not complacent. It's so discombobulated, but it will put up a shades and everything as if everything is on point. Oh, we still cool. Oh, you still got to pay your taxes. Oh, you still got to pay that car note. And the very next day, things can just blow up. And they knew it was going to do it. Down to the second, they knew that but they cannot afford to get you on that type of alert. They don't want to see what the movies put out. Oh no, all the highway will be congested. Nobody will be able to get out. They didn't want that. But they rather keep you in stupor instead of you seeking higher ground or better ground that you can continue to live. But they want to make a call in your life. This is what they are practicing and are doing. You seeing, yeah, Cobra, you seeing Brother Kerry, you seeing, who else was it? Sister Ashonda. All of them are yelling from the mountaintop. Something's not right. We're too close. These people, they're doing things. The world is shaky. It's shaky. You think it's them that's doing that on their own ability? But if you're paying attention to what the world is doing, brothers and sisters are going to speak about it. There's another brother. I forgot this brother name. He doesn't. He throws out warning nearby each and every day. I forgot the name of the brother on this channel, but he always start off with his son's song. I like that song. I forgot that brother's name. But the song that he plays, that his son made, it's more of a jazzy type steppers beat to it. But oh no, Canadian Pepper. Now I know about him. That cat. I mean, he yeah, he has a misguided faith, and unfortunately, he got to learn that the hard way. If he don't wake up soon, he gonna have to learn that the hard way. All the guns, the knives, the bullets, all that stuff. That's not where your salvation comes in at, and we all know that. I understand that there is a measure of protection that we do need to be taken as individuals and as family heads. Yes, I understand that, but having faith in it, no, that's one thing we do not do. Yeah, I believe he's I think that brother is mixed. Yeah, I believe he is mixed. And I think he even spoke about it a while ago. Yeah. But our faith is not based upon what you stored up and things of that nature. The Most High is, what? Israel, when they left Egypt, they was begging for water. I mean, they wasn't begging for water. They was complaining about water and meat. That's what they was complaining about. And before I get into telling you the dream, I'm going to say this about that. Brothers and sisters, when we get to the wilderness, I would say that it will be to our benefit. One is not to complain. But if you do have a complaint, listen to what I'm saying. If you do have a complaint and you sin, or you know, or you recognize who the Most High has in place to his brother who's taking the lead, you don't complain. It ain't gonna hurt nobody to go up to a brother and ask him, do you think that it would be, is it possible that you can ask the Most High to give us water? Don't you think that'd be the most polite thing to do than complain? Maybe it's me, but it seems like when they upset, when they got the Most High upset and he started bringing down his judgment upon them, They went back to Moses. Moses, appeal to the Most High for us. We sinned. That's when they start asking for things. Ask for things before you start to complain. Leave complaining out of it. All you got to do, Moses, please speak to the Most High. Whoever the Most High deemed necessary to govern his people in this grand exodus that we're about to go into, that we're about to experience. Ask, then ask it any and every time. You ask the Most High, that's another way of saying I'm showing respect of asking and not complaining. That's what it's easy to say that now because we're reading about our forefathers. But if we maintaining that knowledge, we should take this knowledge from what they did, apply it here. No, let's not complain. Let's ask the question. If you feel that something is affecting you and you want relief from it, ask. Humble yourself and ask that brother or sister that the Most High has in lead, and not to be coming off as a complaint, because you're not complaining to that person. You're complaining against the Most High. Let's learn that, if anything, is what we should keep before us. That's what we should keep. Hold on just for a moment. I got to plug my phone back up. All righty. Yes. But that's just my encouragement. I'm not saying you got to do that. But if you love breathing, that would be my suggestion. If you love breathing, don't complain. Do not use your final breath complaining against the Most High. Ask questions where you have a whole lot of breathing to do. It comes with respect. No, he ain't gonna be playing around in the wilderness. No, he said Yahushua has an iron rod. Who want to get hit with an iron rod? Give me the wood. He has an iron rod. That's what is written in the book of Revelation. You get hit with that, man, please. You get hit, well, you might, well, you will get a bruise too. But iron, shoot, right there, send shivers not down, just down your back. Shoot, man, your whole body gonna be hurting from being hit with an iron rod. But that's just my encouragement. Going in with that mindset and maintaining of asking questions, it comes off a lot more. There's a lot more respect that comes with asking, not necessarily asking the question, but asking, can we have this? Can we have that? You're showing yourself that you're relying upon the Most High. And he could be denying you a cup of water to drink. He could be, just to put you to the test. See, do you really trust him? And just because you want to ask a question, can I have a glass of water to drink? May I? You still showing that you are relying upon your Creator. But going in, Moses, man, good night, bro. You took me from Chicago, and you got me in Africa burning up. I'm hot, mosquitoes biting. I got to go pick up some water, bro. What? I mean, what's going on? Now you complaining against the Most High. That's what that is. And unfortunately, we're going to have that same scenario that's going to play out. You'll have your ones talking about what they did back in the United States and things of that nature. They go reminisce. And the sad thing about it is, and just like our forefathers, they reminisce over the so-called good things, but they had more bad than they did good. To what? The way that the Egyptians was treating our brothers and sisters, mishandling our sisters. They don't want to look at that. They were looking at the self-gratification that they had. And as well as our people, they're going to be looking at the self-gratification that they had in the United States, which will cost them their life. And let us just stay clear. We need to stay away from that mindset. And if we do, when we do run up on those type of brothers and sisters, no, we need to rectify that real quick to show the most, because one, we want to show the Most High in that conversation that you do not have any type of association with that person itself. You're going to give that person open rebuke that the Most High hear, because you love breathing. You love breathing. And you let that person know, no, we dealt with this before. You're not complaining against the governor that the Most High has put in place. You are complaining against the Most High, and you need to let that nonsense ride, because I'm telling you right now, I'm not going to entertain your line of thinking. And you go ahead and move on about your business. You just let the Most High know that that's your line of thinking, and you separating yourself from that individual. And that individual just might wake up from what you just said to him or her. And they're going to start to recognize, okay, everybody don't want to deal with me. This don't look good. This do not look good at all. And you just don't know. That may lead that person to repentance. Let that person sit down and think about what they was out there saying. And you just might have been the one to save that brother or sister's life. That's the beauty of it. But Sister Kathy, I will tell you this dream in closing. I was in this dream. I ain't gonna lie to you. It was on the 17th of September. So in this dream, I was in this warehouse. Extremely. I mean, this warehouse was so big. It wasn't even funny, but it was nothing in it. There was nothing in it except I seen a shop vac. The funny thing about it is, I knew the name of it, yellow and black. It was a DeWalt, and I wanted it. It was still on the shipping crate, little small shipping crate. It was banded off and everything. I said, man, because I'm looking inside this warehouse, ain't nothing in it. I mean, what's the purpose of this? So I'm saying to myself, I wouldn't mind having this shop vac. And so while I'm walking with this, because I'm taking it to the owner of the warehouse. So I come up to the owner of the warehouse and I'm like, hey, where do you want me to put this shop vac at? Because I was hoping then he go say, you can keep it. But he didn't say that. He said, put it on the shelf, and because we may have to destroy it. I mean, it was a smack brand new shop vac. Like, you're gonna destroy it. You may have to destroy it. And all right. So this black guy, he was older than me, and seemed like he was running things. So he said, Mike, I need for you to lace this white glove on this man's back. It wasn't that I was not hesitant or nothing. But it's not that I was literally sewing, I'm taking a needle and I'm going through his flesh and then coming up. It was the way the material was moving on this man's flesh, and it came into a knot the knot was so elegant. When I say it blew me away. How the knots, because I'm following, if you're talking about a white glove, imagine on the edges of a white glove, I'm lacing the fingers and everything down onto this man's back. Now, whether that man was white or black, I can't tell you that. But I know I had that glove on his back, and the way I was weaving those that thread onto his skin, it was a whole lot of people looking, and they was just like, "Ooh, wow!" in admiration. I kid you not, it blew me away because I was looking. Look at these knots. I mean, the way it lays down. I mean, I'm telling you, it was immaculate. And so the black guy said, "Very good, Mike, very good." So I stood up to look down at the glove. There were 6 fingers. So I said to myself, on the on the left hand side, the thumb was on the right hand side. There was an extra finger on the glove. I said, I'm gonna cut that off. But I never did. I never did. So the guy said, "Mike, I got something else for you to do." So he said, "I need for you to do this, to do that," and I went on to do it. So I had a pole, and these people was following me. I had a pole, and I had 2 sticks, and it was as if it was like something for a curtain or something. But he gave me the material. I ran the material through the piping, and I came out on one end, and I came on top of the piping, and I had an equal amount of material on each side. And the way I lace that material around that pipe at the ends of it, because I didn't leave the material hanging. I folded it up, laced it around, but everybody was like, "Woo, ah, whoa," and they were clapping. I was surprised too. I'm serious. The creases was so, what's the word I can use? They were so perfect. I'm telling you, it blew my mind because I'm like, man, wow, this is something else. So then I took the 2 sticks and I came in on 4 inches on each side. I brought these 2 sticks in, and I walked away from it, looked back at it, and I said, "I've seen this somewhere before." I said, "I've seen that somewhere before." So once I left that, because I'm doing projects in this warehouse where all of these people was in this warehouse. But now when I say it was empty, there was nothing like shipping material or nothing inside this warehouse. It was just an open warehouse with shelves with nothing on the shelf except for that shop vac. Because I put it there by means of, he told me to take it over there. So I took it. So, oh wait, I'm going to how can I say this? There was how can I put this one? That's a particular guy that was in here. I'm just trying to say because I don't want to get shut down. A Rev 29 person came up to me. He said, "I got a project for you to do." Now, the black guy, I don't know where he went to, but then when the guy came to me, he said, "I got something I need for you to do." So I walked along with him, and all he was doing is talking about his wife and things of that nature. So he's still walking, and I ran into this. I ran into her, and we was crossing paths, and there was a sister. She didn't speak to me, and I didn't speak to her. We never spoke to one another, but she was there, and what she served, I do not know. But anyway, because I thought she was one of the judges of all the stuff that I was doing, but there was other people doing some stuff, but I never seen them because when it got down to, well, let me stay on point. When the guy asked me to do something for him, he was talking about, I said, okay, and I'm following him. And he was talking about his wife and his family and things of that nature. I said, okay, that's nice, and all that. So he asked me, I need for you to do this here. So while we was getting to doing it, and he was saying, I am Ish. And so we got into a conversation. I said, no. I said, no, you're not. I said, I am of Yahudim. You are not. And I was adamant about it. So I started sharing scriptures with him. So he started to get upset. He kept on talking about his wife. And so I'm talking to him, and we going back and forth. And then he goes into his wallet. He pulled out his wallet and his pictures. I seen what person that looked like his father. Then I see another man. I said, well, all right, where's your wife? That's my wife. The man was his wife. I was like, so you married to a man? He said, that's my wife. I didn't argue with him no more. I left it alone. So the conversation about who they were, I was having a conversation with his so-called wife. And I was sharing scriptures with him. Now, his wife now. I'm going through the scriptures, and he's listening intently. And he's starting to shake his head, and he was like, okay, I was sharing Deuteronomy and all of this. I said, we're the least of all people. I said, you are not. And so we going on and on and on and on. So I get to this project. Truthfully, I am building a sofa. I'm building a sofa for this man. I'm sorry. I'm moving ahead. I'm sorry. Let me step back. Before I start building the sofa, the man, he got upset because of the conversation I was having with him. And I'm letting him know that, no, you're not Yahudim. I was very adamant about it. But he walks away upset and everything. Then his father faints. His father has a habit of having these fainting spells. So his wife goes over to help him to wake him up. I said, leave him alone. He'll be up in 5 minutes. In 2 months, he's going to be dead. The father of the son was kind of upset for a moment, but then he thought about it. He said, well, I don't have to worry about him trying to wake him up. Of course, evidently, this must have been something that's ongoing. And he said, he was pretty much okay. So now I leave that and goes over to the sofa, and I start building up on the sofa. Truthfully, I did not know I was up under time. I didn't. So I'm working on this sofa, putting it together, putting this sofa together. And the sofa was looking, yes, it was. It was as if you did not want nobody to sit on this sofa. It was a champagne color. Nicely put together. Had all types of curves to it and everything to this sofa. So they said time. And I'm still working on the sofa. And so the guy, he said, you got to stop. You can't touch it no more. You can't touch it. It's done. I'm not done. He said, yes, you are. You can't touch it no more. Time is up. And I did not realize I was up under time. So what had happened, I was feeling some kind of way. I was kind of upset, but not really upset. So this what happened, sis. I walked in front of this sofa and I said, be transformed. Man, listen to me, Sister Kathy. That sofa transformed into something other than that sofa, and it was immaculate. It was immaculate. I couldn't believe it. Then that's when my alarm went off and I woke up. That's what the dream was about. And you will literally have to um, I told that to Brother Karras, Red, went to the whole board. And then my man, Sister Sharp, we went in on it. Oh, you know what? Oh, this is so sad. I know Sister Sharp, like, Mike, you missed a point. And I did. After the I asked the sofa to be transformed. And once it transformed into this immaculate piece. Now, what that piece was, I cannot tell you. All I know, it was looking so good, but I didn't touch it. I just gave it a command. After that, and boom, I was in my childhood neighborhood. Just out of the blue, I'm just there. So I'm seeing the building that I grew up in, and the name of the project was called St. John's. That's the name of the project. And the building was not the building, but it reminded me of the building, and everything around it was like where I grew up at. And I started shedding tears, not necessarily being unhappy, but just to reminisce on my childhood, and this is where I grew up at. So my mother, she comes up and she says, Michael Ray, you know these people at this car dealer told me in 90 days, my car is not going to be running no more. I got to get another car. I'm like, huh? Yeah, they told me that in 90 days, this car will be no good. And so I was kind of puzzled. I'm like, okay. So my mother, she walked over to get a buggy, a shopping buggy, for the grocery store. I seen one that was closer to me, to the left side of me. So I went and got the buggy, and I brought it to my mother, and she's trying to push the buggy on top of some rocks to go into this grocery store that was in the basement. And my mother, she's trying to push it, but she wasn't getting nowhere. So, I walks in front of the buggy, lifts the buggy up, the front of the legs, and I, start walking in the buggy. We started to walk on. And then that's when I woke up. And so I went into a little bit more about it on what I seen with Sister Shar and things. And we started looking up the Hebrew the Hebrew lettering, and there's I would call it lettering and thing. But like I told you, that was one particular one with the pole and the two sticks. That's the one I knew I seen before. I went inside my phone and it popped right up. And if any one of you know, it's called, I'll call it Chet. That's CHET. Or you can call it in like Chet Hebrew symbols. You can pull it up, it'll come up. Look that up, and it's going to take you to Psalms 119. Psalms 119. I don't. You know what? Hold on. I got it here. Psalms 119, verses 57 through 64. That's the one I remembered out of. Well, that was the number one that stood out. The rest of them, yes, I got those too. And it was, and then as for the shopping buggy, for any one of you all, and maybe you may be in your late 40s, early 40s, or 50s, you knew when you was a child, when you went to the grocery store, the buggies, the shape of the buggies, it was a small nose in the front of it. But the arms where you had your hands on, the bar, they was always kind of wide. And that's how I understood what the Most High wanted me to see. And that led me to, what's it called? Aleph. That's ALEF. That's also in Psalms 119. verses 1 through 8. All of the symbols that I was dreaming about, all of them is in Psalms 119. All of them. And it was 4 of them. It was 4 of them. Matter of fact, let's just do it this way. I already have given you Chet, a leaf, and the other one was Cab. That's Kaf. And that is associated with Psalms 119, verses 81 through 88. All right, Avon, you got it. Yeah, that's it. And then hey, Hey, and some of them may say, and in some it may say He, but it's still in Psalms 119, verses 33 through 40. I went through and read all of those scriptures. I did. And I am open up for interpretations and things of that nature, but I'm telling you, Psalms 119, all of those symbols. And if you go and you look at those symbols, because I told you I was carrying that, I was carrying the shop vac. I seen myself carrying that shop vac. And if you all go look these symbols up, you can understand exactly what I was seeing. And I tell you, when I say yes, I was asking for interpretation. I said maybe I need to talk to some brothers and sisters, and it may not be for me to understand. I need to talk to them, and that's where it happened, because now you have a whole lot more minds. You have a whole lot of minds, a lot of minds on it, and they giving their interpretation about it. And the more you get people to talk, and they're starting to see a pattern of brothers and sisters thinking, I go with the majority. And I tell you, it was something else. It was absolute. When I say the things and the things that I was doing in this dream was something else. It was absolutely. I just could not believe it. When it came down to how the glove was being sewn, or the material being laced on this man's back. And then when I stood up, he had 5 fingers, 1 thumb. Thumb was on the right hand side, to show you. You can imagine how it looked, because now the thumb is on the right hand side, but then they had an extra finger. I said, I need to cut that finger. I need to cut that off with this glove, because I'm saying, oh no, this is a deformity. And then here goes Sister Shar. She said, the Nephilims, they had 5 fingers. I tell you, it's and we will read it, long chapter and meaningful. Psalms. I just read not the whole chapter. I just read things that I seen in it, that the images. And like I said, the one that stood out with me was Chet, because that's the one I knew I'd seen before. But then when I started to look at the rest, I said, I've seen this too before. And I wish I had an image. If you go and you look at, let me see, a leaf, you go see it has a shape of an ox head. But if you know anything about those shopping buggies back in the days, and then you look at their head, and you go understand why I say the nose of a buggy,
And I don't know why in the world it was a bucket, but I knew exactly that was in my head. And when you on the shopping bars, your hands, you're not pushing no buggy with both of your hands are in the middle of the on the arm of a buggy. They always set apart as if I mean, you wide. You have your arms wide apart, and you have your hands wide apart. And so, and that's how I understood that one as to go to that. I mean, but when you go and you start reading those scriptures, you gonna start to realize now it seems like something is it's about to be a separation. There's going to be a separation. And as to these the 2 months, it's a total of 5 months total. Because my mother, when she said that, she went to the car dealer and they told her, hey, 90 days, this car is no good. It won't be running no more. You know good way you don't go to the mechanic tell you that. He just tell you, oh, they will let you know it's going bad. But my mother didn't say it was going bad. She said it will not be running in after 90 days. And she was adamant about it. When I told the man, leave him alone. In 5 minutes, he's going to get up. And he did. I said in 2 months, he will be dead. That was the dream I had. And I tell you what, when I had it, I was not trying to go to sleep. I sat up, pondered over it. And I got behind my phone and I started looking up these symbols that was in my head that was in this dream. And I started writing things down. That's what I did. The Most High said in the last days, these things would be happening. And they are happening with his people. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. And, we're going to have these dreams. And all of them, the Most High, he said this was going to happen. From old man to young man, you're going to have these dreams. And all I ask is for the Most High to have understanding. This is the reason why I talk to other brothers and sisters about it, because I don't want to sit up here thinking I don't want to get that airhead about myself. I'd rather have other brothers and sisters interpretation than to just be relying upon myself, because we went into captivity together. We go come out of it together. I am right now, I can't say that there's a prophet right now. Some people can call other people prophets. They can. I mean, that's their free will. But we're not moving as one unit right now because we're separated. So this is the reason why I reached out to brothers and sisters to get their understanding. See how is the Most High moving them when it comes to these symbols and these scriptures. What is it? And I tell you now, Sister Shar, that sister, she broke down some things. And you know what? Matter of fact, hold on. The way she broke it down, I know if I do it this way, I'm gonna knock off. But the way she broke it down, Monday, I'm gonna write it down because I know if I go to this particular page on my phone, I get knocked off. So I'm not gonna do it. Monday, I will break down her interpretation. And I tell you, it's it was something else. And it was based, and everything that she was saying was based off of Psalms 119. That's what it was. There was not one that was not connected to Psalms. All of them connected to Psalms 119. Every last one of them. And it had something to do with his people. And now David was talking about I kid you not, brothers and sisters. Which one was it? But David was saying that his enemies has almost totally annihilated him, or not, Israel. That's in here, in those scriptures. Now, the thing I'm looking at is that they talking about these ports supposed to be shut down, and that majority of people that's on the East Coast, the southern states and thing, it's us. That's us. The majority of heavy population of African American people live in the south and southeast of of the United States. I tell you, no, Sister Cynthia Jones, it didn't scare me, but it did put me on. It put me on high alert. That's what it did. I said, no, and I was adamant. Now, mind you, now I'm in Tanzania, so when I get up, it's you all asleep. I was waiting for Carrie to give me a call that morning. Charging my phone, I'm just sitting right here, pondering over it. I'm praying to the Most High. I'm going through all the symbols and everything. I'm serious. I'm going through it, and maybe I must have been on a high, because now I'm like, no, this is real. This is real. And so Karis called me, and I asked Karis to call Sister. Did he call her? Yeah, he called. So oh, hello. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I tell you, hit this thing. There we go. All right, I'm back. I'm sorry. I'm back. All right, but yes. Oh, wait a minute. If that's the case, let me do it this way. Hold on. I just figured out something. Oh, ain't that something? You know what, brothers and sisters? Let me tell you.